told you guys, I've been in this industry for 19 years. I actually got to quit doing my networking talk, and I went over to do the retail talk. And Angie's vice president of marketing was part of our program. Heather Zidane. She's recently left Massage Warehouse, so I've come back to wanting to talk a little bit about networking. And I didn't get into the marketing presentation because I think the very most important thing that you guys need to know is just some tips on networking. If you didn't even put a whole marketing plan together and you just did, just some basic tips that we're going to talk about, you guys are going to be able to be a success. And again, you want to pay attention in school. You want, even a good massage really does help. But putting a few of those skills together to network is really cool. And it's not as hard as we think. I have not realized that I have gotten to do so many great things by just connecting different people together. So it's been a really fun experience for me. And so again, just our tip today, what are some basic things that we can do? Usually I like to give a recommendation to read a book. I do at the end, but I wanted to reference something called a PEC. And a PEC is a personal emotional connection. And I recently had the opportunity, how many of you guys have heard of Zappos.com? And have you guys ever bought from Zappos.com? It is a online, I like to think, Angie, I like to think of you guys as the Zappos of massage, because people think, can you buy things online and can you get good service? And I'm going to tell you firsthand, I have like big feet and hard to find shoes, and I read this book called Delivering Happiness. If you don't read any other book this summer, read Delivering Happiness. It's from the CEO of Zappos, which is now owned by Amazon. And the cool thing, I even read it on my Kindle now, because you flip over and there's a little video and stuff. And if you guys get a chance to get out to Las Vegas, which is kind of fun out there, we'll be there for the World Massage Conference in February. They give you free tours to Zappos. You go to zappostours.com, and so I actually went there. Leslie Young, she'll be here at this convention. A couple of us, we were in Vegas. We went to this tour. They'll actually pick you up at the airport for free and take you to visit Zappos. We get there, they're handing out Skinny Cow ice cream. They give you free books, Delivering Happiness books. They have culture books, and I'm just like in heaven. I'm giggling, and they're letting us know if something goes wrong, if they do suck, how do they make it right? And what you read in this book about customer service and about delivering good customer service, it was phenomenal to see that firsthand. So I kind of get a little excited about it. And then they kept running around going, PEC, and finally I raised my hand in the tour, and I go, what is a PEC? And then they mentioned that in the tour that it's a personal emotional connection. I was like, oh, that's what I do in networking. And what they do is if you call up and you're on the phone and they know that maybe that customer service person's a massage therapist, Karen calls up, she's a massage therapist, they'll transfer that to that person. So now Lynda and Karen are talking because immediately, I'm a massage therapist too. We just put a connection together. So I thought that was really cool. So then they kind of showed us how they usually don't make that mistake again. So, I've learned, I'm a little bit known being late, so I try to, if I know I got an appointment at 10, I'll say, at 9:30 in my book, so again, I've learned so much. I was so privileged to get to go on this tour. And then what they do is the tour is free. And they give you books, and then the big thing that you'll learn is they have this waiting list to work at Zappos. And they will actually, after that 90 days, if you're not a fit to work at Zappos, they'll pay you, I think it's up to $3,000 to leave. If you're not a fit, there's money, goodbye, because they want a certain culture. And I mention some of these things because I think Maureen and you guys will tell you is we come a certain culture with massage. I mean, we're a little bit different. Jay, who's going to talk about taxes later, will tell you, he does a lot of the massage therapist taxes, and we're a little bit different how we come in our shoeboxes with our receipts, Maybe there's only one of them that I know that does that. But I just really wanted to give you this reading recommendation. I just love stuff that really gets me motivated. And I actually got to see the Zappos team at a keynote recently. And the cool part about the tour, so then for $49, you can go on a tour and actually meet with the executives. So of course we're like, sign us up, we want to pay the $49. And they turn around and say, you know what, we're not going to charge you that $49. And we actually got to go on our tour with some executives from Microsoft. So some of us come not as neat people, get to hang out with the neat people. And we, by the end of the tour, the Microsoft people were not having as much fun as us. We had been like doing the little smiley dance. And so it was a very cool thing. But if you get a chance, you can just go on the website. After I read the book, I bought $400 worth of shoes from Zappos. I am a Zappos believer. I buy shoes that I don't even get to try on, and I have big feet because, again, when I call them up, they're nice to me. They come in a really cool box. They have their objectives and goals, and they come in the box. So I just kind of mention those things because it's a neat experience, and there's lessons for us to learn out there. And that might be something good thing to remember. What is a PEC? And then the other thing, if you only have one thing for your campaign, for your marketing plan, you need a business card. A business card, they are so cheap these days. I mean, you know, what is that, Vistaprint? You know, less than $10 you can get them. I needed cards for something. I had them in 2 days, and they're very, very reasonable. And I just think it's very important that you always carry them and that they're cheap. It will be your whole marketing campaign. And a little bit next after me is going to be Karen from Therapy. A couple things of what really should you have. I use this presentation sometimes outside of Florida, so again, I change that should, sometimes a must, is if you are practicing in the state of Florida and you know you're going to have to know what an MA and an MM number. Karen's going to talk a little bit further probably on that, but it's very important that you are legal in the state what you have to have on the card. But I still want to use the other, my pet peeve, and if you're doing house calls, you might be able to persuade me or challenge me. I like to see a address on a card too. Because, and especially nowadays, I like to see maybe even a website. Because I will tell you, I will go research you. I will check on that website. I'll check you out if you have one. But I like to know that you have an address too that I can Google or check on. So especially if you're working someplace, I think that's important. I understand sometimes people don't do it just because they're doing house calls and doing that. That just gives you a little bit, having your phone number, and then you're deciding what you want to put on it. I mean, and then sometimes in the business card you put too much stuff. So you got to still remember, it's not a brochure. You're still dealing with a business card. And a lot of people are putting things on the back of the card. The only thing I will tell you is sometimes I don't like to put stuff on the back because I like to use the back to put my notes and stuff. So if you come up to me and I promise I'm going to do something or follow up with some information or you're going to get an appointment, I'll jot down and so I'll make sure I follow up with you. A little bit of power networking tips. We're going to talk a little bit about it, but it's just so much of our business is going to come from word of mouth. So giving a good massage, networking with your friends, networking with others, that the word of mouth is really going to be the basis of your network. You want to establish a really strong network. And right away we want to just foster that. This program is ideal for that. You not only can meet other schools here, you're already networking with your students. In fact, when I got out of school, I was shocked because I didn't get a massage every day. Oh my gosh, half of you guys might stay in contact, but right away I didn't stay in contact with a lot of people. So from the school, and then you're meeting all these people here. So make sure that you get everybody's business cards and you start that networking. You never know when you're going to be in a position to even just communicate with them, or you might be able to help me, not only me, help you. So again, it might be not completely balanced, but as we go, I'd be surprised how many people have been out there who have done wonderful things for me and help build my knowledge. So I put some tips together. And the big thing is, so my tip is don't feel insecure. And the big thing is that everyone else in the room has sweaty palms. Everybody else has been there. So if you're at a big event, don't feel, just try to put yourself at ease. I was just at this big event. I got invited to the Global Spa and Wellness Summit in Aspen, Colorado. 30 of the top people of all over the world in the spa and wellness industry. And my little, joke, there was like 300 of us, and there was 100 different tables that everybody had to sit at. I happened to be in a meeting, I was the last one to come in, and I just slid in, and I looked and I thought it said technology. I can do this, I can do this, I can talk technology if I had to. And actually, I read the sign wrong. It was, what the fashion industry can teach you. And I'm like, I'm at the high fashion fashion table. And so I'm sitting here having lunch with the high fashion table at this wellness conference last week, taking deep breaths going, I can do this. So what I ended up doing is we changed the topic a little bit, and it was awesome. I learned, I made great new contacts. That probably wouldn't have been my first choice to have sat at a table of high fashion from New York City. But I went with it, and I can tell you if I had the whole day to fret over it, I might have felt a little insecure. But again, I want you to just concentrate on, hey, everybody, if you're at an event, we're here to meet you too. So again, we're hoping from here on, things will kind of put things at ease. This is my big thing on wearing your name tag. I'm going to make sure I put a name tag on there. I like to wear my name tag on the right side. If you are left-handed, then I would say on your left side. Because what's really nice about that is when I go to shake your hand, you're going to see, hi, I'm Lynda. So, and then let's make it as big as possible. That event is what we just got back to in Aspen, and there's another event, and Ruth, you attended the ABMP. Those are two events where they give you these name tags that are this big. And they do that, and so you're running around with them with a card this big. And it's because they want you to know that first name. So if you get a chance to see, Maureen, you're wearing red, I can see, Maureen, she has a name tag. Hi, Maureen, how are you today? So again, having that name tag, put your name real big, because if you're at a networking event, you want to get to know other people. And I'm always shocked when people go, how do you know my name? So that gives you a little bit. Always carry cards with you. And I mean, again, I realize you guys don't necessarily have business cards yet, but how many of my professional gallery, you guys all got your cards with you, you guys are ready to network away, because I think it's very important that you want to get that card out there. Don't be stingy with them. They are cheap, so again, you always carry them if you want to give them out. I always talk about a little quick draw technique and getting them ready. I usually have, I will put cards that I get in one pocket and I give them in the other, because if not, I mix them all up. So again, that's your, just try to get a little quick draw, because if you are at like a power networking event, you want to get as many contacts and cards as possible. This is my little tip on work the room. This is a very old photo of me. I keep saying I'm going to update it, but I like it because we're actually at a winery. We're in Portland, Oregon at a winery, and this is a spa networking event. And what this group, these are some old friends of mine. That is Steve Capolini and Diane Trias and a friend of mine from Blake Feeney from Canyon Ranch. And what we're doing here is there's about 50 of us at this event. We have gotten together in the corner of the winery, at the vineyard, and we are looking to see who we want to meet. And we have a few chairs at our table, and we decided, we looked over there, and we go, each one of us got up and tapped the person on the shoulder and asked them to join us. So that was like our way of networking with them, because the big thing when you go to any event is we tend to want to hang out with everybody we know. So again, try to gravitate. So we were still with who we felt comfortable with, but we decided to bring others into our group and get to know them. So my challenge to you guys here is make sure you leave here and you meet 3 new people. In this event alone, this should say meet 20 new people here. So make sure you walk out and at least for all of us that have cards, and you come over and you meet at least 3 of us. Because here's a great way to be starting your network. So the elevator speech. And that is just having, as you guys get going, knowing if you're going to an event, what do you want people to know? What do you want to be saying to people? Who are you? What do you do? Here's a little quick little speech. I'm from Brevard. Believe it or not, I still practice massage. When I'm in town, I was going to say to Allison, I still go talk to my legislators. I still stay very active in Brevard, and I'm all over the country. So my little thing is, hi, I'm Lynda Solien Wolfe. I'm with Massage Therapy Associates of Brevard. We're a massage therapy clinic serving the Central Brevard area. And Bob, what do we also sell? Biofreeze. So again, just having, are you doing relaxation massage? Are you working on people for therapeutic massage? But in 30 seconds or less, be able to give them a nutshell of what you're doing. So it's always nice to kind of have that and rehearse that a little. And how many of you guys students have you had a business class? Have you gone over some basic, business tips and stuff? I'm afraid we might have professionals out here going, no. To give 2 cards. Why would I get 2 cards? The reason why I want to give 2 cards is I want you to keep one, and I want you to pass one along. So right away, if you met me, you know what? I just met this girl, and she's got a massage place in Bart. Oh, we were looking to buy Biofreeze. They sell Biofreeze here. I want to give you the card. So again, my tip to you would be generous with your cards. Take notes. The other thing is, so I meet somebody, I went to that event in Aspen, and I met, it was 300, I met about 250 of them. And the big thing is, what do I say? Follow up. I'm in Orlando. Will you send me some stuff on massage research? Will you do this? Will you do that? So I immediately get their card and write a little note on what am I supposed to do? You know, or you know, I met somebody the other day and they had cool glasses, so I put that down. I go, I have really cool glasses. So when I wrote a little follow-up note to them, by the way, you know, either who were your glasses, where'd you get them, or I thought your glasses were real cool. But put something on there because as you start meeting people, you want to be able to have the best notes and up-to-date information. My big thing is, to this day, I actually had to change this and say almost everybody, is I still believe in doing a personal follow-up card. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I use Facebook, I use email, and I use cards. You know, I met 250 people. Did I send a card to all 250 of those people? No, is the answer. Did I sure try? Absolutely. And here's my little trick. This was actually a gift to me from Joe Doyle from Massage Magazine when I went to work for Biofreeze. This is just a little note card that fits in a professional size envelope. So again, it already has my name on it, it already has my address. All I have to do is write a really quick handwritten note, so I can still be in the game for personalization, but I don't have to start from scratch and type up a letter. I write a nice little note here and smile a little with her little smiley face. You know, so again, though, there's still something in today's time of technology. There's still something about a personal touch. He was like so afraid to give me the 1 minute warning. He's like, hey, look, I'm on tip 10. So again, you want to make contact with these people. I started with the shoebox. I know everybody in the room is just absolutely devastated, does not believe that I'm not as neat as Bob. And you know, I have now learned Outlook. And I do have about 1,000 emails sitting in my box. I will tell you, sometimes I'll ask him to reference an email, and I'll go, I don't know, can you send that to me? I go, if you didn't delete it so quick, you still have it. I'm not going to hold on to those things, Bob. The other part about following up is, if you are going to send a little note, I thought it was cute. Oh, E.T. We saw one of the guys came up to E.T. yesterday. He was featured in St. Pete. Had a nice article about it. The guy brought the article. He was so excited. You know, I love it when there's a little news clip and somebody will flip it out, or I didn't see it. Hey, this is of interest. They'll send it to me. And remember, that's a good way of keeping in touch. You know, Bruce here talking about massage research. You know, hey, did you know about this? You know, it doesn't mean just because we're experts in that we know everything. So keep in contact and know what people's topics. Do that for your clients and do that for others. And the biggest thing is send people a business contact. I mean, that's a big thing that's going to benefit them. And last thing is, I know we have Ryan talking later today, is I believe in a lot of the hands-on networking. It does not take away. As technology grows, we're going to grow. Use social media. There's a place for it. I'm a big Facebooker. I don't use Twitter as much. LinkedIn has become a professional contact. Whenever I can't find somebody's number, I absolutely love LinkedIn. You're going to hear a little bit about YouTube. I have the iPhone now. I'm falling in love with doing real quick clips with videos and stuff. Social media is going to find a way in your practice. I mean, trust me. I mean, I'm communicating with my clients. They're finding me. So just to give you a little tip. And then to end, I hope you guys will be my friend on Facebook. I promise I will accept you. That I'm probably going to have to update that one day. That's my ending. I love the hog's breath down in the West, so hog's breath is better than no breath at all.